on a journey during your practice today. So finding ourselves sitting ourselves in our chair, in the center of our chair, or maybe towards the front edge of your chair. That feels really good. Centering ourselves, trying not to use the back of our chair because we want to engage our core for this whole entire time of our warm up and our core stuff, our seated sun salutations. So imagining that you can look at your spine and you're stacking one vertebrae on top of the other, tailbone is pointed down towards the seat of the chair, stack, 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 crown of the head lifting up towards the ceiling. Oh yeah. And let's begin by rolling our shoulders. So let's go and roll those shoulders back and roll and roll and roll. Oh, so good. And you can make those shoulder rolls as big or as small as feels good for you. Remember, this is your practice, listening to your body today. Every day is different. Sometimes every hour is different, but every day is different. So listening to your body, to what's going on today. Let's go ahead and roll those shoulders the other way. So rolling that the other way. Ooh, yeah. And we're beginning to recognize our body awareness. Like I'm recognizing my shoulders are a lot more fatigued going this way than the other way. Let's go ahead and shrug those shoulders up to the ears and then release that down. Oh yeah. Shrug that up and release that down and shrug that up and release that down. Good. Let's drop that chin to chest. So your arms get to be by your side and they get to be super heavy. So imagine that they weigh about like 100 pounds each and they're pulling towards the floor. And your chin is going down towards your chest. So maybe you get that really wonderful stretch in that upper neck and your traps. Maybe even down into, I'm getting it down into my mid spine today, my mid back. That's really good. Let's lift our head center and take our eyes towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Drop our chin back to chest, keeping those arms very heavy, shoulders down and away. The scapula, those back joints, back muscles, your lats, they're pulled down and back. Lift our head up to center and then eyes to sky again. Good, let's bring our head back to center. Let's look over to the right. Our arms are still heavy by our side. And look over to the left. And look to the right. And look to the left. Head back to center, roll the shoulders back. You can release the heaviness out of those arms and roll those shoulders forward. Let's add in a sun breath here. So let's inhale and sweep this up and exhale it out. Oh, good sun breath. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's drop our right hand to the right side of the seat of the chair. Let's lean over. So our left arm is leading as we are leaning. Good. You don't need to put too much weight into that right hand. Kind of lengthen up through that torso. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. And let's drop our left hand down to the left side of the seat of the chair and lean over. Oh, this is the tight side today. Interesting. Again, if there are those things that pop out in your mind while you're doing this, you just be the Sherlock Holmes and just find it curious, interesting. Breathe. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Clasp our hands at the top. Press our palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen up through our torso, through our arms. Sit it up super tall. Our feet are gripping into the floor or the carpet, whatever you've got beneath you. Let's do some sigh breath here. Let's inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. One more time. Inhale it deeply. And exhale, big sigh out. Oh, nice. Let's keep our arms above us. We can release our fingers. Our fingers are reaching for the sky. Let's go ahead and walk our legs over to the right. So walking our legs to the right, let's take our hands onto the back of the seat of our chair and use, that's my favorite, use those hands as leverage here to twist yourself into this. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh. So you can twist as deeply into this as feels good for you. You don't want to push yourself to the point of pain, but comfortably uncomfortable is okay. It's kind of what we're shooting for. Inhale it deeply here and exhale it out. And a big deep inhale and exhale it out. Good. Let's reach back up through those fingers, reach back up through those arms, through those hands, and let's walk those legs back to center. And now let's go ahead and walk over to the left. So walk those legs to the left. Take our hands, place them on the back of the seat of the chair. Oh, big twist. I'm feeling this one too. Like, what did I do yesterday? Using the leverage, using those hands to get that nice spinal twist here. And we're going to add that breath into this deep spinal twist. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Maybe you're feeling it also in your rib cage. Oh, because I sure am. And again, big deep inhale. And a big exhale. Oh, wow. Good, let's reach those arms back up. Lengthen back up to the center. Very, very nice. And let's go ahead, take our hands, and we're going to reach our arms either for the back of your chair, the back of your seat of your chair, or clasping your hands behind you. So wherever your shoulder mobility and flexibility will let you go today. If you are finding yourself super duper tight, feel free to grab your strap and hold on to that instead. So we've got the back of our chair, the seat of our chair, or holding onto those hands. We are opening up that chest. Let's go ahead and look over to the left. So looking left. And bring that to center, drop our chin to chest. Oh. Lift our head to center, look to the right. And back to center, drop that chin to chest. Good, lift that center. And then let's release those arms, shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale this out. We're going to sweep up our arms one more time. Inhale and sweep this up. Let's hold this at the top again. You can exhale while we've got those arms lifted. And we're going to take stop hands right out in front of us. So we've got those stop hands out in front of us, fingers pointed down and up and down and up and down and up. Rotate wrists. Rotate those wrists and then rotate the other way. We're still sitting up tall and still not using the back of the seat of the chair. If your back is getting tired, you can take a break if you need to. Otherwise, try and keep yourself here. Let's open up those arms. We can see our arms in our peripheral. So we've got this nice, very wide V. Let's take our palms up, make some fists, roll those knuckles into the wrists. Oh, that's a good forearm stretch. And then an exaggerated bicep curl here. Maybe your thumbs can get to your shoulders. Maybe not, but we've just got this nice exaggerated bicep curl. And we're going to do our seated cat and cow. So let's open this up, arching our back. And then we're going to round. Maybe your elbows come together, maybe not. Let's inhale and open. Exhale and round. 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 Inhale and open. And then go ahead and take ourselves back to our nice and neutral spine, lengthened up through that back. Let's open up those arms. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a hug, right arm over left, reaching our fingers for our spine, Cause I think, yeah, we might do some eagle pose today. Let's open this up and then left over right. So get our arms ready for a little bit of eagle pose coming up when we get our legs involved. Good, let's open this up. Let's do a little shoulder circles here. So circling those shoulders, you can circle them forward. I'm circling them to the front. And then let's go ahead and circle them to the back. And if your shoulders are burning or your neck is burning, super normal. Yep, it's just waking everything up, getting that blood flowing. And then let's release that down, shake that out. And we will do our seated sun salutation. So grab your blocks or whatever you need for height. If you don't need height, you can use the floor or have your hands on your shins. And then if you've got some back issues, you can always use a pillow or a blanket between your belly and thighs. So let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Nice seated forward fold. Belly and chest resting on the thighs or the pillow, whatever you've got beneath you. We've got our hands on our blocks or our shins or the floor or your stacks of books, whatever is getting you height. Let's inhale and lengthen. We've got nice long arms and a nice lengthened spine. Tailbone is pointed down towards the seat of the chair, crown of the head, lengthened up towards the ceiling. Good, release this back into that forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms all the way up. Big sun breath up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Let's hold our lengthened arms here. You can exhale in this hold. Let's go ahead and press our right hand into that block or into your shin or into the floor, whatever you've got beneath you. And then let's go ahead and open this up, spinal twist with that left arm. Maybe your shoulder mobility or your torso mobility, maybe you're about here or even lower. Just listen to that body. Don't worry, we'll do this a couple times. We'll do this twice. So usually on that second time, you get a little bit more opening because the muscles, the neural pathways have opened and are like, oh yeah, I remember this, or I don't remember this, but I know we're doing it a second time. So maybe I can get a little further. Just breathing right here. Good, let's go ahead and release this and relax. My torso. Let's inhale and lengthen through those arms. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. We're going to take it to the other side. You can exhale while you're holding this. Let's take our left hand, press it into that block, into your shin, into the floor. And let's open to this other side. And maybe you have one side that is tighter than the other side. Super normal. That's everyday life. We automatically use one side of our body more than the other. So of course, things are going to be easier on one side than the other. And that's the beauty of yoga, is we are trying to build in that balance using both sides of our body. Breathe it here. Oh, this side's shaking. Go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Good. You can exhale while we're holding this here. Let's go with that right side again. So right hand is in that block. And let's lift that left arm up. Yes, that feels a little better. And if it doesn't, no worries. No worries, no worries. Breathe. And allow that breath to just open up those tight spaces or smooth out any tightness or sharpness you might be feeling. The bigger that breath, the bigger that inhale and the bigger that exhale, the more it can smooth that out. Good. Let's go ahead and release this back into that forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Hold this here. And let's take it to that other side. So press our left hand into block. Let's lift that arm up, right arm up. Yeah, that feels better. The second time around feels a little better. If we did it maybe like 10 times, I'd feel great. But we're not going to do it 10 times today. Let's just breathe right here. Use that breath. That breath can be super helpful. Good. And let's release this back into that forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Good. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep those arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Good. Let's sit ourselves up even taller. So we're still in the center of our chair or front to center of our chair. Lengthen up through that spine, crown of the head lifting towards the ceiling. We're going to hinge in our hips and do a spinal twist to the left. So let's inhale it deeply here. And we're going to get a nice hinge. So we're lengthening here and we are twisting. We're trying to get that right elbow or that right tricep to that left thigh. That is the goal. If you cannot do that, that is okay. That's just the mental goal, is trying to get either that elbow or that tricep over to the thigh. And we've got the seated spinal twist. So good on those big back muscles, my lats. Oh, your lats, so good. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And again, big deep inhale. And exhale that out. Good, bring this back to center. Oh. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. Bring those hands to prayer. Exhale our hands to heart. Good, sit ourselves up nice and tall. We're going to do this on the other side, the spinal twist on the other side. Let's inhale it deeply here. As we exhale, we hinge and we twist. So now our left elbow or left tricep is getting over towards that right thigh. That's the goal. Maybe you can get there, maybe you can't, and it's okay if you cannot. This is a pretty intense twist for that torso, for those lats, for the arms as well, for that the triceps and shoulders. It's a lot of twisting here. Let's breathe it. Inhale and exhale it out. And a big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Especially on that one today. Bring this back to center. I want to hold my breath. Do not hold your breath. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep this up. And release those arms to our sides. Very nice. All right, so we've got lower body coming in. Not using the back of that chair yet. Here comes one of our most difficult poses of our practice in traditional or chair yoga. We are going to do the our staff pose. Now you may just be doing a single leg staff pose, or you're going to go into that double leg staff pose. So whatever feels best for you, whatever works best for you, whatever you worked up to. Sometimes it takes time to work up to this double leg. So we're lengthening here, we're lifting up through that torso, lifting up through our arms, and we have no support for our back. If that's what's going on with you today, if you're dealing with an illness, if you're coming out of an injury, then of course you're using support. But we're lengthening here, let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply, and exhale it, and inhale it deeply, and exhale. And one more time, inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. These staff poses in this practice and in our regular practice, these are our multivitamins. This is something that we always want to be working on. And I know you're like, Mindy, why are you still talking? Let us go. It's burning. It's good. Let's release those arms down. And you can either hold onto the side of the chair or hands go to the thighs. And we're gonna go hamstring curl, leg extension. Let's keep our feet flexed, curl this in. So go ahead and do that curl and extend it out. Curl it in and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curl this in and extend. There's 3. Curl this in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in. And we're going to hold this next extension. Hold. Good. Let's point those toes and flex the feet. Or if you've got single leg, you're pointing the toe and flexing the foot. Point those toes, flex the feet. Point those toes, flex the feet. Point those toes, flex the feet. Point those toes, and let's hold that foot flexed. Let's release our left leg if you haven't already released, if you're only doing single leg. And let's lift that right leg up, knee is bent. Scoot yourself forward. We still don't want to be using the back of the chair. Lengthen through our arms. We've got a single leg supported, well, seated boat pose right here. So that leg is lifting. Maybe your quad is on fire, your quadricep, maybe your hip flexor's on fire. Mine is. So is my shin today with this one. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. And big deep inhale and exhale it out. Very nice. Let's take this right leg, place our ankle onto that thigh. And just finding, oh my goodness. Oh, your posture doesn't matter right here, right now. We're just acquainting ourselves with this piriformis stretch, with this figure 4 stretch, with this hip flexor stretch. Oh, I'm always acquainting myself with this figure 4 stretch. Always so tight. And we've got a little bit of a lean here because don't worry, we're going to add in that breath and that movement with this figure 4 stretch, with this hip flexor stretch. Trying to keep our shoulders down and back, trying not to round. We want to keep some nice alignment here, a nice lengthened spine. All right, now we get to move ourselves back. So let's go ahead and move ourselves back all the way to the back of the chair. And now you get to use the back of the chair for some support here, because we've got that wonderful tall spine, that nice lengthened back. And we're going to inhale it deeply here. As we exhale, let's hinge this forward. Exhale and hinge, leading with the chin and leading with the chest so that our shoulders don't round. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Sometimes this one, anytime we go into like the piriformis or when we do pretzel on the floor, anytime we get into those hip stretches, sometimes some nausea can happen. So if you have some nausea, that's very normal for these hip stretches. Let's bring this up nice and tall. Good. Let's take our left hand to our right thigh and let's go ahead and do a nice twist to the right. Get a breath in here. Inhale and exhale it out. Good. Bring this to center and we could do a nice twist over to the other side. That was a little easier. Let's breathe it here. Inhale and exhale it out. Good. Bring this back to center. Let's go ahead and take that foot and we are going to place it onto the left corner of our chair. And so we've got a half shoelace here. Let's take our left hand. If you can, you're wrapping it around that right leg. If you can only hold on to that shin, that's where you want to hold. No pressure on that knee joint. We want to just hold maybe onto that shin. You kind of don't even want pressure on that ankle joint, so that shin is pretty strong. That's a really, really strong bone right there that you can hold on to. Otherwise, you've got that. You're holding that and we're twisting it all to the right. Oh my goodness, it feels like I've never done this before. Let's breathe right here. Inhale and exhale it out. Good. One more time. Inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Good. Bring this to center. And let's twist it the other way. So twisting that the other side, still in that half shoelace with the leg, but now our right arm is just gently resting on the inside of that knee, but not on our kneecap. Good, just breathing that here. And then let's bring this to center. And then, like I said, we're gonna work a little bit on eagle. So let's go ahead and cross those legs, scoot ourselves forward to the very front of our chair so that you have some room here. And this is your first modification for your eagle. This is very good. If you want to work on wrapping that ankle around that other leg, then that's what you're working on. You're going to try and wrap that around, or you're going to imagine that you just put a bunch of super glue onto the blade of your foot or the front of your foot, and you're going to glue it to the side of your right leg. So left foot is glued to that right leg, and you automatically have to squeeze those inner thighs. Let's open up our arms. Right leg is over left, so let's take our right arm over our left. We wrap, give ourselves a hug, glue our elbows together. Backs of the hands are either glued together, or if you're going to work on that, the wrapping around, then work on the wrapping around right here. And we've got 2 breaths in this eagle. Man, eagle is hard for me today. Let's breathe it. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Goodness gracious. And inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Inner thighs are super tired. Let's open this up. Good. Very nice. And then let's release those arms, and we can go ahead and uncross the legs. Shake that out. So now we're back to the front of our chair. We're at the center or way front of our chair. And guess what's next? We go back into that staff pose. So if you did one leg, you are now doing the other leg. And if you did both legs, you're doing both legs again. So let's lengthen up through this, reach up through those arms. Nice, strong staff pose here. Let's inhale it deeply and exhale it out. Big, deep inhale and exhale it out. And big, deep inhale and exhale it out. Good, we can release our arms down, either holding onto that chair or hands to thighs. Get your legs ready for some hamstring curl, leg extension. We're going to do 9. So let's go ahead and curl this in and extend that out. Curl this in and extend. There's 8. Curl this in and extend. There's 7. Curl this in and extend. There's 6. Curl this in and extend. There's 5. Curl this in and extend. There's 4. Curling in and extend. There's 3. Curling in and extend. There's 2. Curl this in. We're going to hold our extension. Hold. Good. Point those toes and flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes, flex those feet. I don't know about you, my core is on fire. Point those toes, flex those feet. Point those toes and flex those feet. Good. If you have both of your legs up, you get to release your right leg. And let's scoot ourselves forward into a single leg oat. That left leg is lifted. And now my quad is on fire and hip flexor. So yay, both sides today were on fire. That is really good. Let's breathe it here. Inhale and exhale it out. And inhale and exhale it out. Very good. Let's go ahead and bring this leg to that figure 4, to that piriformis. And again, I don't care about your posture right here yet. This is just the hello. This is what we're going to do. This is just the waking it up. Recognizing that, yep, we're working the hip flexor today a little bit more. Oh, don't worry, we will get our posture in just a moment. Just breathe. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and move it to the back of the chair. Sit ourselves up tall, super tall, super tall. Very nice. And now we've got that nice posture, that movement and breathing. Let's inhale it here. Up tall, and let's exhale and hinge. Leading with the chin, leading with the chest. Oh yeah. And you will, if you are holding your alignment correctly, it goes right in. It's such a finite movement. It goes right into that hip flexor. If you're finding that you're rounding, maybe you don't go very far. Like make your movement even smaller, make it minimal, because it can take a lot of time to be able to get it deeper into that hip flexor, because those hip flexors, IT bands, those are rugged parts of your body. Those parts, man, they are made to last. And so, yeah, they're going to give you a lot of kickback. Like, we don't want to do that. We don't want to stretch there. We want to make you feel nauseous. Let's sit it up tall. Inhale and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Inhale it up tall and exhale, hinge. Oh, goodness gracious. Wow. Good. Let's bring ourselves back up tall. Let's take our right hand to our left thigh and let's give ourselves a twist to the left. Breathe it here. Nice breath. And exhale. Good. Let's take it to the other side. Twist over to the right. Nice breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring this back to center. Let's take that foot to the corner of the chair. Very nice. Into that nice shoelace. Let's wrap that arm around. And again, if you can't wrap it, it's okay. Hand to that shin, but not to the knee joint. So wrapping that around and let's twist it. Oh, so good. So good for that hip. Breathe it here. Inhale. And exhale it out. Big, deep inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's twist it the other way. Twisting to the right. Inhale. And exhale it out. Very nice. Bring this back to center. Good. Give that a hug. All right. So eagle on this side. Let's scoot ourselves forward. We've got our legs crossed. We're working on the wrap here. So you can either work on wrapping that foot around or that, the ankle foot around that ankle, or super glue right onto that front of that foot and super glue it to the side. This is almost harder. Oh man, super gluing it to the side. Let's take those arms out. So our left leg is over our right. Left arm's going to be over our right. Let's go ahead and give ourselves a nice big hug. Glue our elbows together. Backs of the hands are together, or if you can wrap it, you're wrapping that around so those hands are touching. Let's inhale it here. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. And inhale it deep. And exhale it out. So good. Oh man. Open that up. Release the arms. And let's release the legs. Shake that out. Good. Let's scoot ourselves over to the left side of our chair. You may need to move your chair forward. I'm probably the only one that does, but we're going to take our left leg behind us so that we are in a supported crescent. We've got that right leg right there on the seat of the chair. We've got our left leg behind us or a little bit off to the side. We've got that heel lifted. So lengthening up through those arms. The great thing with this supported crescent is we get an automatic back bend here. So if you are unable to do back bends on the floor, if you're like, I haven't done a back bend in like a bazillion years, you're doing one right now. You've got a nice little automatic back bend. So good. Let's breathe it here. Inhale and exhale it out. And if you're finding yourself like holding your breath like I am today, that means you need to breathe even deeper and more. Drop that right hand down and reach this over. Let's lengthen over. So good. Breathe it here. And then let's go ahead and take those hands, either both hands to the hips or that front hand to the thigh. And we've got this nice little twist. Twist to the left. This is, the little like twirly, what is that, baton twirler twist? That's what it always reminds me of. the Rose Parade, baton twirler twist. It's really twist right here. I don't know why. Good, let's bring this back to center. And let's go ahead and bring that leg up onto the seat of the chair. And let's take our left leg off to the side. And we will see, I'm feeling a little dehydrated. We will see if I am, because this is when I know I'm dehydrated, when my hips cramp, when we do these side poses. That's when I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't drank enough water. Let's lengthen up through those arms, reach up through that. Oh, so good. And your ankle can be nice and neutral. The toe can be to the front or it can be off to the side, whatever works best for you. Let's drop that right hand down again to the floor and let's lengthen over through that left arm. That feels wonderful. Reach through that and breathe. Let's windmill this arm. And we're going to take it to the back of the thigh, or if you're super flexible, you're down on your calf, you just don't want it on your kneecap. Remember, no knee joints here. You can also have it up on your quadricep or your outer thigh here, even on your femur. Again, femur, that IT band, ooh, that's real strong right there, or your hamstring. But we're twisting this way. Not twisting, we're leaning and reaching. Ho, ho, ho. Breathe. In that inner thigh too. I'm definitely feeling that. Good, let's release that. We're going to turn this into our supported pigeon. So back heel stays lifted. Let's reach up through our arms. So a nice supported pigeon. That front leg is supported by that chair. You can also, if it's too, you're like, this is too crazy up on the chair today, you can do this on the floor. You can take yourself down onto the ground and do it on the floor. Let's go ahead and take this. And we're going to take it into that forward fold. So your hands are either on the seat of the chair, or you are taking yourself to your elbows, or you are folding over the side of the chair. I like to use a block here because I can't go all the way forward. I like the support of the block because I like to go a little bit more forward than just my hands, but I can't go all the way forward because my hip flexors are so tight. Let's breathe it here. And exhale it out. Good, one more time. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Let's press ourselves up. Lift ourselves up, lengthen back up through the arms. Both. Good, and then release that. Very nice. We can take our right leg off to the side and we get to do our supported warriors. So we've got our legs nice and supported. This would be like our warrior 2. We've got this front knee bent, back leg straight, lengthened up with those arms, strong legs, strong torso, strong chest, strong neck, face, relax that face, relax that jaw, but everything else strong and working here. Breathe it, inhale, and exhale it out. Drop our back arm, palm up, peaceful warrior. Reach up through that. Very nice. From this peaceful warrior, we're going to take it into side angle. So we're gently placing barely any weight onto that leg, reaching this over so your legs might be on fire. Mine are. My hip flexor, my right hip flexor, super on fire because I'm trying not to put a lot of weight from my body, from my arm into that. So that means that my core has to hold it and my legs have to hold it. Breathe, inhale, and exhale it out. Good. Bring ourselves back up. Warrior 2. Very nice. And then release that. Oh, good. Let's take it over to the other side. So moving ourselves over to the right side of the chair. Our left leg gets that right side of the seat of the chair. Our right leg is behind us. Crescent, supported crescent on this side. Back heel is lifted, lengthen up through this, and that automatic back bend right here. Oh, wow. Let's take that left hand down to the left side of the chair. Reach this over. Nice. Lean. Breathe. Good. Let's take our hands to either our waist or backhand to the waist, front hand to that thigh. And you've got that twist here. And maybe I didn't do it on the other side, but this is my stiffer side anyway. It's for my neck. So I'm going to try and look back a little further here. And breathe. Let's bring this back to center. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take that left leg up onto the seat of the chair. All right, here's where we find out. Did I drink enough water today? Let's lengthen up through this. Reach up through those arms. Lengthen, 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 and breathe it. We've got that leg off to the side, and that ankle is neutral. So a toe is either to the front or to the side, whatever feels best for you. We've got this side stretch. Let's take our left hand back down and reach this over. Now this is more of our lateral stretch. When we have our leg behind us, we get more of that front side stretch. Now we get just that side stretch. Very good. And let's go ahead and windmill this and reach this over. So apparently I drank enough water this morning so I wouldn't cramp. Yay. That's always a victory. And staying hydrated. That is a victory in itself. Breathe. Good. Let's go ahead and release that. And let's go ahead and turn this into our pigeon. Back heel is lifted. And let's reach up through those arms. Supported pigeon right here. Again, if you came back up and you did this on the floor on the other side, go ahead and do it on the floor on this side. So go ahead and take yourself down and do it on the floor. You don't want to be too strong on one side than on the other because that will cause injury. Let's go ahead and take ourselves forward. So either on those hands, on those elbows, or all the way forward. Breathe it here. Very nice. Our back leg is still active and awake. It's easy for it to fall asleep during this. Just keep it active. Let's lift up through our arms. Reach up through those hands. Reach up through those arms. Good. And then we can release that. Let's take our left leg off to the side. And we've got our warriors on this side, on this other side. So we've got our arms out, strong legs, strong torso, strong chest, strong neck, face relaxed. So you might even have to move your jaw a little bit. If you find that you're like, my jaw is really tense, kind of move it back and forth, relax it. Good. So we are lengthened here. Let's drop our back arm, take our palm up. Peaceful warrior. Reach up through that. Very nice. And breathe. And then from here, we're going to take it into that side angle. So again, trying not to put a lot of weight on there. So hard. Reach through those or through the arm, through that right arm. Bicep is very close to your ear. Goodness. And breathe. And then let's go and bring ourselves back up. Proud warrior. Very nice. And release that. Good. Let's bring ourselves forward. We got our nice wide legs. Your blocks, they're going to go to the inside of your feet if you're using blocks. Let's go ahead, inhale and sweep our arms up. And let's take our right hand down either to the block or to your shin. Or you've got your arm on your thigh. You can do that as well. And we are open. Oh yeah, maybe your shoulder's a little bit more flexible than it was earlier. You're like, oh yeah, look at that. Breathe it here, inhale. This wide-legged spinal twist, so good. So many things going on here. Let's inhale and sweep this up and drop that other arm down and open this up. Oh, this side is tighter. I can tell because my glute is lifting up off of the chair. So that means that my back is a little tight and lifting that up. Again, this is such a good practice to have body awareness, to be like, oh, how am I feeling this? Where am I feeling this? Why? What am I feeling this in? The why is curiosity. You don't need to like pinpoint why, but hey, you may be like, oh, I drove like 1,000 hours yesterday. That might be why. Let's inhale and sweep this up. I didn't really, but good. And release this down. Just those regular things that we do, or maybe you did like a ton of laundry yesterday. So there's different things that are off. All right, so we're finding ourselves back in our seated. We're at the front of our chair. Oh, let's go ahead and put our blocks right here. Let's put our blocks in front of us, because we're going to take ourselves into standing. So let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale and lengthen through our spine and our arms. Good. Let's go ahead and release that. Let's keep our feet planted into the floor. And now let's lift our glutes up off of our chair. So go ahead and lift that up. Oh yeah, standing forward fold. We're lengthening through those legs. Feel those calves, feel those hamstrings, feel those glutes. Feel that low back. Goodness. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. Hands are either on your shins or on your blocks. Exhale and release. We're going to keep this here and do that flat back, that table one more time. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Nice tabletop. Exhale and release. Take a seat back in the chair. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Good. Plant our feet into the floor. Lift our glutes up off of the chair. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Now, keeping it right here. Our head's been low. So let's go ahead and slowly take this up to the top. Inhale, nice big mountain. Exhale, cactus our arms back. So cactus that back, imagining our shoulder blades are touching. Oh, inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus those arms back. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus those arms back. Inhale and lift this up. And then let's release our arms to our sides. Very nice. All right, so let's move our chair off to the side of our mat. We're going to take ourselves down onto the floor for our modified shoulder stand. I know that sounds scary. It's not. It's very supportive. So go ahead and grab your blocks or your stacks of books or a couple of stiff pillows, and then grab whatever you need for final relaxation when we get there. So if you've got an eye pillow, a regular pillow, a blanket, whatever you need for your relaxation. We're going to take ourselves down onto the floor, super close to our chair. Scoot yourself up close to your chair, and then let's go ahead and take our legs up onto our chair. And we're going to go into our inversion, meaning that our legs are going to be above our head and above our heart. So good. So grabbing that block or stiff pillows or stack of books with a blanket over that stack of books. We're going to take this right underneath our sacrum. So right underneath that low back. We've got that block, so it's lifting our pelvis up towards the ceiling. We're also going to, and if this doesn't work, scoot yourself up against a wall and put your legs up against the wall. You don't even have to be using a block. You can scoot your booty up against the wall, super duper close, and then put your legs up onto the wall because we want to have the benefits of this inversion. We've got our palms facing up, chest is open, shoulders rotated open. And we're going to go ahead and lift one leg up and lift the other leg up. Or if you're against the wall, you've got both of your legs up at the same time. And you're supported by that wall. And the wall can be especially helpful, again, if you're getting over an injury or an illness, or you've got a chronic illness, or you're just very weak right now. The wall is super duper helpful in just being able to hold those legs up. So again, you do get the benefits of the circulation being changed here because our legs are above our head, above our heart. Super good for circulation, super good for blood pressure, super good for just changing the like not the actual temperature, but the kind of energy temperature of your body. This is always one of those ones that if you're extra stressed and you have a moment and you can, you're like, I can't get out of my head. Excuse yourself to another room and put your legs above your head, or put your legs above onto the wall, legs up. Super helpful, changes a lot of things, super good for that nervous system. And you could be moving your feet, like I'm rotating my ankles and pointing and flexing my feet, or you could be doing a couple things at the same time. So you could be working on your flexibility here by taking your legs out to the side. So maybe working on the inner thigh, outer thigh flexibility. Or you can have your feet together and knees apart if that feels even better for your back, your low back. Whatever works best for you. So we've just got those legs above us and we are breathing still and enjoying this inversion, and knowing that if I know today's inversion, well, it might be regular, but knowing that, hey, that felt really good. Maybe you want to do inversion for longer. You totally can. This is a safe, very safe move to do. This is very safe pose to be in, especially if your legs are supported by the wall. You could like throw on a podcast and have your legs lifted above you. It can be very helpful. Good. Just keeping here and breathing. Actually feels really good on my low back today. I think the pressure of the block into my back, that feels very good. Recognizing maybe where you're feeling it at. Where are you feeling it? If you are feeling it. Sometimes it's like, I don't remember. I don't know what I'm feeling today. And that is a thing. That is okay. Breathing, inhaling, exhaling. Let's go ahead and release one leg. And release the other. Oh yeah, so good. Let's take our right ankle and place it onto our left thigh. Let's go ahead and press that inner thigh, press that right inner thigh away with that right hand. And just getting in one more pure form of stretch right here. So good for that hip. We tend to carry it a lot of stress, pressure, anxiety in those hips, in that neck. Good, go ahead and release that. Let's take our left ankle, place it onto our right thigh. Press that inner left thigh away with that left hand. And breathe. And gently release that. Good. Removing that block out from underneath you. You can switch that chair away, grip against the wall. You can bring yourself back to your mat. And we're going to move into our final relaxation. So grabbing whatever you need for that. If you use an eye pillow, I think I'm going to grab my eye pillow today. If you use an eye pillow or pillows or blankets, whatever you use, grab that. And let's lengthen through our arms towards one end of the room and reach through our feet, our toes towards the other end of the room. Really reach it here. Imagining that you're adding a couple inches to your height. So, or you could even imagine somebody is pulling at your ankles, gently pulling your ankles, and somebody else is gently pulling your wrists and trying to lengthen your body. Oh yeah, really reach through that. Let's inhale it deeply here. And as we exhale, let's sink and settle. Those feet maybe naturally falling open. Arms are open. Heart is open to the sky. Relax your face, relax your jaw. And maybe doing a mental body scan as you're slowing that breath down, maybe scanning from your toes up through your feet, your ankles, your shins, your knees, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your pelvis, your glutes, your belly, your rib cage, your chest, your arms, your hands, to the neck, your jaw, your face, your scalp, just scanning through that body, recognizing if there's any tension or tightness, soreness, anxiety, if there's anything hanging out anywhere. Maybe use a breath to smooth that out. And just like with our inversion, if you need more time and relaxation, then give your body that time. If this is feeling really good to you today, and when we get done, you're like, hey, I need more of that, take more of that. That is your body crying for some time, some self-care. You're having trouble with sleeping or relaxing and you're finally getting it right here. Oh yeah, then take it. Still relaxing. Let's bend our knees. And if it's available to you, if you don't have like lumbar stuff going on or lordosis or anything, maybe you can flatten your back towards the floor. That might mean that you tuck your tailbone under a little bit. So you get a nice flat back. That might have tilted your neck a little bit, and that's okay too. And let's drop both of our knees over to our most comfortable side and take yourself onto your side into the fetal position. Very primal, very natural. And breathe. And slowly, let's begin to press ourselves up, bring ourselves up into a seated pose that feels supportive and strong for you, lengthening up through our spine, lengthening up nice and tall. I like to sit on my block. I like to be in that kneeling pose. Such a good stretch for the front of the feet and the ankles. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Bring our hands together and exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Good, lift that head center. Take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today and speak with others, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling deeply and exhale. And one more time, big deep inhale. And big cleansing exhale. And have a blessed rest of your day. Thank you for joining me for the practice, and we will see you next time.